to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for your friendship. A big special shout out to everyone who has reached out to me on Etsy for a personal reading, who has connected with me on Instagram recently as well, because I have that spammer that keeps trying to infiltrate people's DMs. So thank you to everybody who has reached out to me to bring my awareness to that situation, and I really appreciate your friendship. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, we would love to have you join our beautiful soul family here. I have wonderful subscribers. We have a beautiful space of inclusivity, and we just want you to join us. Please pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea, and we'll have a little chat, because we're all friends when we gather here together. Today's pick a card reading topic is all about the person on your mind from your past, and do they want you back, and are they going to reach out to you? So this could be an ex, for instance. This could be somebody that almost became a connection perhaps, but do they want back into your life, and are they going to reach out to you? So we have 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1 here with the World card and the blue star. Pile number 2 with the Justice card here and the red star. And pile number 3 with the Lovers and the yellow star. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1, and today's topic again is all about the person on your mind from the past. Do they want back into your life, and are they going to reach out to you? Pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1, you were drawn to the little blue star. Or to the World card, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, do they want back into your life, and are they going to reach out to you? So the World card is all about unfinished business. It's about wanting to kind of bring things into closure, bring things into awareness. You can see in this card, this is from the Macabre Tarot, and you can see this huge skull in the center, and there's that crying eye right in the center as well. So there's a lot of pain associated with the separation potentially, but and grief. And so they could be wondering if you have sort of transitioned forward, if you are still even available potentially, but there's this question that looms, that hangs in the balance between the two of you. So let's take a look here. Does this person want back into your life? Do they want you back? And are they going to reach out to you? So we're going to start with, we have the 4 of Cups. Do they want back into pile 1's life, please? What are their current feelings, and do they want back into pile 1's life? We have the Star in the reversal. Maybe you were drawn to the blue star because there's a lack of confidence here coming in. You know, there's a certain amount of helplessness that it fuels in with the 4 of Cups. The star is reversed, so we're feeling a little bit sad. This person's feeling a little bit depressed, or not really optimistic about the potential of the future. They could be feeling kind of overlooked or ignored. So you may have sort of blocked them even in the past. You have the 3 of Pentacles, and they do feel like it's like a mountain. You can even see the mountain here. It's like a mountain to climb ultimately in building up this foundation. And even this little foundation, it's kind of upside down. So they're concerned about the work that's going to have to go into. It almost feels insurmountable, this mountain. It's like, where do we begin to heal the energies? Where do we begin to start to rebuild that foundation? Because it's like, I feel like I'm starting from below ground up. And there's the 10 of Swords. They're not confident that you even want them back in your life, pile 1. Do they want you back? Do they want back into your life? We have the 10 of Wands in the reverse position. They would, to be honest with you, they feel tired. Here's the 9 of Swords, they feel, or 9 of Wands. They feel really tired. And look at all of these branches up this staircase. It's like all these impediments to change, to ascension. So much fear at the top is the fear, though. The unknown is really what's scaring this person. There's a lot of emotional investment still towards you from this person, pile 1. There's a sense of them being burdened by it, actually, and it's getting heavy, this burden, and they want freedom from it. So they would absolutely love to have even closure or clarity here in this situation. They do look at the past quite a bit, but in this present moment with this 10 of Swords, with the 4 of Cups, they're not seeing the potential clearly. Like, there is potential. They don't realize that potentially you would want them to reach back out to you, but they're not seeing it because they're really letting the ego control that conversation, and they're lying to themselves and other people about the true nature and the true sort of potential that still exists in the future of this connection. there's this sense of wanting to finally sort of gain closure or finally gain freedom from the burden that they're feeling, because it's been stealing their focus. It's been monopolizing their gaze all of the time. The issue with this person is that they feel very stubborn when it comes to this lesson that wants to come in for them. It's like they're very stubborn with the steps that they could take. And so they fall back into despair. They fall back into apathy. But again, it's the ego controlling that conversation at this moment. They would love to have an end to this misery, because it feels like misery that they're experiencing right now. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like in a perfect world, they would have you back with them right this moment. Because they are invested. They're claiming love even. They're saying that they love you. And I feel like that's why it feels so devastating. To think that that may not be possible. There could be things in place, because I'm dealing with collective energy. You have to take the messages as they resonate and leave behind those that do not resonate with you. And because I'm dealing with collective energy, there's lots of different energies floating in. So this next part of this message may not resonate with you. But if it does, you'll know that it does, because there could be investments here. The Ten of Pentacles can represent investments that I've made, commitments that I've entered into, responsibilities that I hold, that could be fueling some of this apathy or fueling some of this helplessness. They're saying, I want to approach you, I want back into your life, but I just can't at this moment. Or they're just not able to see the light because they're so over emotional when it comes to the loss of you, because the King of Cups is so emotional. You can't even see him. He's here. The King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Want back into your life. The Six of Pentacles. They would really love to communicate with you. It feels like this person doesn't expect to move into a new cycle with you, into a relationship, for instance, but it's like they feel like they need to clear the air with you. I feel like they would want a relationship if they could get the chance. Here's the Star. You are something that they do hope for and have held a gaze towards for a very long time. They've had all of their kind of hopeful eggs in your basket, but they feel like the delays, the timing specifically, the length of separation is a testament to the unavailability of the connection moving forward into a romantic cycle. But truly, that's their fear and worry talking, because they see the mountain that they would have to climb to overcome the challenges between the two of you, and it feels mountainous. But if we start to trek up that mountain, we can find paths of least resistance. But they feel like there's so much that they don't know. And they, even here, I was just looking at the Six of Pentacles, and I just saw the beggar energy. It's like it's like they are desperate to know about what's going on with you. They feel frustrated because that's where a lot of this lack of hope is coming from, because they don't have perhaps a really good gaze upon you. They're not able to watch you online or anything like that. So it's like they're desperate for breadcrumbs of information. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the High Priestess, and we have the Five of Swords. Now, what's interesting about this Ace of Pentacles is that it really does communicate their desire for communication. And that's part of the question today is, are they going to reach out to you? And we're going to get there in a moment after we go through some more feelings. But they are, when they consider reaching out to you, some of their intention may be there because they would love communication. But they are worried about what that communication will do as far as riling up the internal conflict they're already feeling, creating external conflict perhaps in investments made in the practical realm. So they sit upon all of these feelings. Their higher self is trying to work with these feelings so that they'll push through them and create change, because we come to know the truth by this frustration. And when we feel this frustration, it's a key to us, it's a clue for us to push back with force so that we can move out of that cycle. But they can't shake you. They can't shake their attraction to you. They can't shake the feelings that they have towards you. And it's like you could be that fire sign. You could be the Star of Aquarius here, but it's like things orbit around you. And it's like their mind, their thoughts orbit around you as well. Do they want back into your life? How are they currently feeling about pile number 1? We have here honeymoon. Enjoy the holiday, the bliss of holiday time together. I always focus on the moon in this card, and I always think about somebody who wants to whisk you off on a secret vacation, to reveal secrets, to reveal the truth. And there's also a feeling here with the honeymoon card of transition and travel. So you may live quite far away from each other. There's this essence as well of needing closure, which is perhaps why you were drawn to the World card, because it doesn't feel like, because even the blue star, again, they don't feel very hopeful that this can move into a romantic cycle again, but they're so internally conflicted, they don't know how to move on without that closure. But it feels like they would have to do it in secrecy in some way. We have here, make the effort. Great love is worth the steps you're guided to take. And that reminds me of the Six of Cups. They do want a return. They do want a return to your life, pile 1. They do want reunions with you. And there's a very strong aspect of innocence and nostalgia surrounding this connection. I feel like there's been a lot of evolution, a lot of growth, both like physically speaking, but also your awareness has extended and expanded since you knew this person in the past. And we have romantic feelings. These feelings are real and they are worth exploring. How does this person truly feel for pile 1? Do they want back into pile 1's life? Now we're going to look into see in a moment whether or not they're going to reach out to you. I am grateful for this spiritual lesson. So their spiritual awareness has expanded because of this connection. I know I was a distraction from your pain. Now this is coming up over the star reverse, and that's kind of feeding and fueling some of that sadness, that depression. So they may tell themselves the sort of messages that they would say to themselves when they're really feeling down in the dumps and really feeling hopeless. You came closer than anyone. It's time for me to heal now. And they do definitely want a freedom from this, you know, and there's a grief associated with it, with the closure. That's why the skull perhaps is crying, because there's a grief associated with it. But there's a reality here that perhaps permeates through that grief of the necessity. It says, you were the best thing in my life, and I tried to bury myself in my work and my responsibilities just to forget you. Let's take a look here and look at if they're going to reach out to you. So are they going to reach out? They have desires to communicate with you. Are they going to reach out to pile number 1? Five of Wands. They're struggling. They're struggling right now to power through, to create that vulnerability necessary. There's the Knight of Cups. And we have the Fool. Back of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. I do feel like this person may take a risk, and it feels like it would be a risk to reach out to you. They're going to have to really tap into the vulnerability and their ability to power through to create that risk. But I feel like they're working on that. It's like their higher self is working on that internal conflict. So there's a chance that they're going to take a leap of faith here. Can you tell me something about that Fool? Yeah, it's the Ace of Cups. Back of the deck is the Ten of Cups with the Three of Cups. So you may have reunions in store for you, pile 1. This person does have intentions of reaching out to you, and Spirit says they may follow through with those intentions. They are aiming to provide clarity. And part of this clarity, they could be very vulnerable with you about the truth of their feelings, about the truth from the past, and bring a lot of their feelings to the surface. Now, this has the potential to, there's beautiful reunions here, but there's a potential that even after this beautiful reunion, they're still feeling helpless to create change or to make a decision because they're being pulled in different directions, and they may not have space to open into a full-fledged relationship. So they definitely want back into your life. They are going to reach out to you, but they may not have the full capacity or clearance to open up another romantic relationship with you. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. What was the last thought that pile 1's person had about pile 1 in the bowl, please? Oh, we have 4 cards today for you, pile 1. We have the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We have the Hermit reversed, Virgo, the High Priestess, the Temperance. Oh, everything's reversed in the bowl except for the King of Wands. Very focused on you, still sort of protecting this connection. I feel like this person thinks of you like the Six of Cups. Like there's this soulmate mentality. There's a reverence surrounding you in a way. And they do feel really stuck in a rut, and they feel really isolated from you, so far apart from you. And they're just, I feel like they're trying to regain their focus. They're trying to focus their path more forward instead of backwards, because their higher self is trying to urge them to do so. But it's really hard when it comes to you to listen to the notes of that intuition rather. Oh, card. We have the letter C. We have the 4-leaf clover with blue for the Divine Masculine. 4-leaf clover for luck. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles, we have here a very strong Virgo element, and there's a sense of responsibility and focus and determination with the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a sense of this person kind of being grounded because of their investments. And they really want to clear out the confusion between the two of you, because the 7 of Cups is talking about all of these options that they perhaps didn't execute quickly enough in the past when it comes to you and this connection. We have we have the spoon. I think of children and spoon feeding information. We have Virgo in the bowl and a piano. And we have love. This person cares a lot about you. The King of Cups, the 6 of Cups. There's permanent love here. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comments section. Be sure to hit your notification bell and your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content, but also if you're chosen for the winner of the free tarot reading, I'll be able to notify you and we'll be able to get that ball rolling. I'm waiting to hear back from a recent winner, and I will be notifying a new winner soon, so be sure to hit your notification bell. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe and drop your comment, because I would love to read for you as well. I also offer a chance to win free mini reads over on Instagram, and I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope you come back and visit me on another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile 2. You were drawn to the red star or to the Justice card, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, do they want back into your life? Do they want you back? And are they going to reach out to you? The Justice talks about doorways of communication, about honesty as well, that this person wants to perhaps execute towards you. There's a balance issue with the Justice, so it could be position is an issue potentially, and there's a skull in the bottom of this timepiece, so they're worried about timing specifically, and the skull can be an issue with sort of transition and reality. So they're worried that timing is a factor here and that they're going to run out of time perhaps. They could feel really sort of infused with empowerment of like really wanting to create change, because you were drawn to the red star as well. So let's take a look here. Does the person on pile 2's mind want back into their life? Do they want back into a relationship? Do they want to come back towards this connection? Ooh, I just saw the world flipped over with a bunch of cards. Do they want back into your life, pile 2? It's on the floor. It's the Emperor. Taurus. Now, I feel like it could be a period of time between seeing this person, because I was just getting a snippet of what they were like in their youth. So they may have grown into this mature emperor, but they weren't always this emperor. At one point, perhaps when they knew you, they were the knight. They were in that stage of life where they were on the move. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Do they want back into your life? We have the 6 of Pentacles. And you'll notice that the 6 of Pentacles is holding on to that balance bar as well, because it talks about what we give out, we get back in return. It's about what we reap, we sow. Oh. They do want back into your life. 6 of Cups for you, pile 2. This is somebody who definitely wants reunions with you, and they think about you often in the past in a very beautiful light as well. Like, they're very nostalgic when it comes to you. They care a lot about you. It's very protective in nature, actually, the way that they feel for you in this present. They hope that you haven't forgotten about them. You have the Three of Cups. This feels like a very strong friendship that should have moved into something more. And there's a lot of grief surrounding the fact that it never transitioned into more than just a friendship, because there was so much traction. It was mutual. And there's a sense here of them sort of choosing poorly, making poor decisions that ended up leading them to this disappointment, ultimately, to where we sit today. Because they're feeling... they're missing you quite a bit. They're missing you quite a bit. And you do sort of present a bit of a temptation to reach out. Now, I will say this, the Six of Cups and Three of Cups, it's almost their dream to reunite with you. It's almost like they dream about it. Can we clarify, please, the Emperor? Do they want back into your life? We have the Justice, Libra. And you'll notice in this Justice, it's like these two men, it's almost like they're coaxing her. She doesn't look very happy about signing that sheet of paper. So there's a sense of injustice about the current state of things. It's not exactly that they're feeling like they were forced into this position, but they feel like it's unfair. They feel like it's unfair, the separation between the two of you. And so there's a grief surrounding that. You have the Four of Cups. They definitely want back into your life pile too, but they don't know if you want back into their life. And they're feeling a little bit, they're not feeling very powerful to create that change. Perhaps because they have a lot on their plate right now with responsibilities with the Knight of Pentacles. But this King of Wands, he's reversed, but look at him. Charging through the fire. There's intent, there's focus, there's desire to communicate with you, there's desire to come back and sort of rebalance everything and have another go, have another shot at some sort of connection. But this King of Wands is reversed and he's not feeling ready, he's not feeling confident. And that's what's fueling all of this apathy and all of this passive energy towards you. Because it's like they're afraid of how they're going to be received by you. Perhaps they're afraid of how their actions will be received in the environment that they've invested in as well. So please take that as it resonates. The Two of Wands. So they want to, absolutely. And the Two of Wands is even this planning energy of like, what steps can I take? What sort of fantasy can I fuel towards this reunion? And I feel like they've almost kind of gone through the script of what that reunion would be like. They've kind of filled in the gaps with their own expectations of what that reunion would be like. And we have the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Cups. They do tell themselves that you don't feel the same way. They tell themselves that you're not invested the same way that they are. And there's an emphasis on motherhood now as well. So someone in this connection could have moved into that cycle, into motherhood perhaps. But when they fuel themselves with this fear, it's just adding to that apathy. So their ego's giving them reasons, giving them all these thoughts to focus on that are negative, that are lack or filled with lack, so that they don't push the envelope to create change. And it's fueling all of this helplessness. But the truth is that they're not being honest with themselves or other people about the nature of how they feel about you. I feel like they call you their friend to people in their life, to other people that you may know. I feel like they call you their friend. Here's the Tower and here's the Five of Swords. But that's far from the truth. They're not being honest with themselves even when they say it. It feels unnatural probably for them to even say that, because they know the true nature of that connection and that attraction. It sort of breaks through the truth of the situation. But they are really concerned. Here is the Five of Swords. Here is the Tower energy. They're really worried about making contact. Even though it's something they really, really wish for, they're really worried about doing that, because they don't want to create havoc for you. They don't want to create havoc for themselves. They don't want to create havoc for anyone. This is a good person. They want to be seen as a good person. They work hard at that too, at maintaining that persona. And I think that they're genuinely a good person, and they don't want to hurt anybody. And so they feel stuck because of that, because they know if they take the steps they have to take towards you, they're going to hurt somebody, and they don't want to. Do you want back into your life pile too? We have grapes, time to go out and have fun. And they think about you in that sense because the Three of Cups, the Six of Cups, you represent levity, you represent happiness, good times, going out with friends. They remember those times, they reminisce about them quite a bit. We have Bear, it says danger, especially in money matters. So when they think about that reunion, they get into this protective stance. And I think of Mother Bear, of course, but there's a fear of not just money matters, but my position, my investments, my realm, my tower falling over. It's tempting though. There's intoxication surrounding here with the grapes. We have Table, hard work ahead. We have Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the future. And we have Pin, new job or career. So in an ideal situation, this person would be able to have a new opportunity with you, but they don't want to go into an old cycle. They don't want to just be a friend anymore. They want to move into a romantic cycle. That would be something that would be wonderful. They would love to come back into your life. This would represent the newness. You are the new job, so to speak, but they feel a warning when it comes to that impulse. That could cause problems for you, for them, conflict for everyone in the future. That is not just internal conflict, because they're suffering through all this already. They're already experiencing this. You can see it's like they're in a whole different pieces. It's like they don't feel complete when it comes to you. And they're suffering with this alone, but they don't want to extrapolate that suffering to the external realm, to you or anybody else involved here. So it may affect their ability to actually execute that reunion. How do they currently feel at this moment? For pile 2, do they want back into pile 2's life? We have 1 on the floor. This card came out into pile 1, and it reminds me of the 6 of Cups. And we have that here. Make the effort. Great love is worth the steps you're guided to take. There's innocence associated with this connection from the past. And this person, like, I don't think you could do wrong in their eyes. Like if you robbed a bank, they'd be like, but how bad did they need the money? Like they just make excuses. We have here, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And that's the very opposite of the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Wands reverse. That's not positive thinking. That's somebody who's focusing on the fear element of what happens if I walk through this gateway. What are the cause and effect of my actions if I move through? And I feel like they're worried that if they do, they're going to create grief. So they have this, perhaps an intention of timing being a factor. It's like, I want to approach you, but I just can't right now. And so I have to sort of hold and wait, hoping that you won't run out of patience, that you won't run out of love, that you'll still be invested like I am when I have the clearance to come forward. We have Honeymoon. That came out in pile 1 too. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together on the back of that deck. Let's get some message cards here. How does pile 2 person feel right now? Do they want back into pile 2's life? Just wait on me. Please don't give up. Just wait on me. They're saying, I want back into your life. I just can't right now. Timing is a factor. Position is a factor. I have options, but I only want you. The Lovers can really speak about that. The Lover speaks to sort of choices we have to make sometimes between parties. That's not for everyone. It's only resonating. If it's resonating with you, you know that it's for you. I'm always reminded of you. So their mind is always sort of ruminating about the past, very nostalgic when it comes to you. I regret this. I regret walking away. They regret a lot of the decisions they made too when it comes to not letting you in on the secret. And I have an offer for you. It's coming in the reversal. I feel like there's going to be a delay there, but we're going to look in a moment at the future of the connection. And I've thought about you spending time with my family and I. So there's this feeling of perhaps of an already present foundation, tower, family unit, and they have fantasized about you sort of infiltrating that arena a little bit. So let's take a look here. Will they reach out? That was the Empress and the 3 of Cups came out. If they, sorry with the noise, if they presented themselves as the Emperor, you are their Empress. There is that soulmate energy. 3 of Cups is reunions. Will they reach out to pile number 2, please? And you're so special to them, like you're very unique. Two of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It's going to be difficult for them to reach out in the near future. I don't feel like they're going to reach out in the near future. Three of Wands. The Seven of Swords. Back of the deck is the Four of Wands with the Magician. I do feel they're going to reach out, but I feel like when they do reach out, there's going to be a delay, first of all. And when they do reach out, this communication could come a little bit secretive, to be honest. They could be kind of hiding the fact that they're talking to you. But we do see communication and natural doorways opening up, which have potential. That's the thing. They have potential. Now, these natural doorways could also hold obstacles. With the potential with you, could create obstacles for other situations, other dynamics, for instance. So please take that as it resonates. But Spirit says that they will ultimately end up communicating with you again. And that creates a natural doorway. Now, whether this moves into a romantic cycle at that time, that's what we are going to have to work with at that moment in that present opportunity. It's not naturally flowing back into a relationship because there's that strong delay and because there are obstacles in place at this time. But they are going to reach back out to you, and they do wish to be a part of your life again. How they're going to navigate that with all of their practical concerns, that's something that they have to rifle through. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. What was the last thought that pile 2's person had about pile 2 in the bowl? Oh, I missed it. Eight of Swords reversed, Two of Wands reversed, and Two of Cups reversed. Now, the Two of Cups is this desire for a relationship with you, and that's the first time the Two of Cups has come out, because I don't feel like this person has been in a relationship with you in that romantic sense. There's been a lot of frustrating delays getting there, even in the past, and they kept themselves from entering into that union because of their fear, perhaps, in the past. Now they want to, it's like they see things clearly, but now they feel physically stuck. And so this Eight of Swords reverse is asking for a solution to that so they can implement the change and the steps that they have to take to create reunions. But there's going to be some lengthy delays here, pile 2, because of all the obstacles. And I feel like you might be privy to those obstacles. Could be another relationship, for instance, causing the delay. We have the Boot. We have movement coming. We have Cassette, outdated thinking. I think of the past. We have a wrench in our plans in Capricorn. Capricorn is attachment, so it could be insecurity that is the wrench. It could be physical attachments. We have December being significant. I do think about Sagittarius at the very beginning. I think about presence and somebody who wants to be generous with you. But we do have the bird that's perched who's not in flight, so they can't come yet. They can't approach even though they want to. But we do have approaching energy with the shoe. We have music being significant, and we have the King of Cups. So a lot of love, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We also have the Empress, I think of motherhood. And we have the High Priestess. So somebody who is keeping their feelings a little bit secretive, and somebody who's not being 100% honest about the true nature of their feelings for you. The trumpet's also a symbol of announcement for me. All right, that is what I have for you today, pile 2. If it resonated with you, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you when you are chosen the winner. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I offer a chance to win a free mini read on Instagram on occasion, so be sure to check me out over there. But I hope you have a great day, and I hope you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile 3. You were drawn to the yellow star. Or to the Lover's card, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, do they want back into your life? Do they want to have a relationship again? And are they going to reach out to you? So the Lovers is ruled by Gemini, and it talks about deep attraction. And I really feel like there's a lot of mutual care and love actually in this connection, to be honest, because you can see it's like a conjoined twin, and there's a sense of almost twin flame energy, or it's like the yin to our yang, because one eyes are white and some of them are black. So there's just a lot of perhaps a mirrored soul path here as well. So this person feels very still connected to you, and they could even feel like there's something really important about them that's missing because of the disconnect. So this could be a symbol for what is to come, but let's take a look here. Do they want back into pile 3's life, and how are they currently feeling? Do they want back into pile 3's life? And then we're going to take a look at the end if they are going to reach out to you to make their desires come into fruition. Seven of Cups. Queen of Swords. She didn't even want to come out upright. She wanted to come out sideways. There's this feeling of like them thinking that you left them really confused with how you felt. When truthfully, I think that I feel like there was an understanding, a deeper understanding as to your true feelings. But it's like they were waiting to hear from you, or waiting to say something, for you to say something about your feelings. I also am getting a message, because I'm dealing with the collective, that you may have cut this person out of your life. You may have blocked them. So that may not be a message that resonates with everyone, but you may have blocked this person because of things that happened in the past of your connection, or because it was difficult, too confusing. You may have had to create some firm boundaries with this person. Do they want back into your life? It almost feels like they're waiting for you to reach out to them. That's what it feels like. Because they do have this emphasis on communication. And they think about you often, but they have to almost work to distract themselves from thinking about you so much. We have the Tower. Back of the deck is the Page of Swords and the King of Cups. You know what's interesting about this is that there's a real emphasis here on watchful energy. And sort of maintaining that pose with the King of Cups, because there's love here. There's a love here, but this person, it's like their ego's controlling that love, and their ego's telling them to turn their back on it, to focus on responsibilities, because it's like they're thinking it's not their responsibility to reach out to you in a way. That's coming through. We have the Three of Cups. And I feel like there was a lot of flirtation in the in the past of this connection, and I feel like there could have been so much more, and I feel like that's left up in the air. It's like there's an elephant in the room, and it's up in the air, and it's the potential of this connection that just sort of lay there. And they're very confused about whether or not you want them back in your life. They're feeling really muddled, unclear thinking about whether or not you want them to come back into your life at this time. We have the Ten of Cups. And they keep claiming that they're waiting for clarity from you. Eight of Wands and Three of Wands. Because they definitely want communication, and I feel like this communication, they would love another shot, another opportunity here. But they're worried that there's permanent damage done. And I feel like if this person was one way in the past, they've really worked on self-improvement. They've really worked on themselves, or they've tried to create change for themselves. So if there were moments in the past of your connection where they hurt you in some way, or created confusion, or made you feel like an option, because that could be a factor, because I feel that coming in. If they made you feel like just an option, they want you to know that they see things more clearly now. And they would love another chance to have a do-over. That's what it feels like. It's like, let's go back to the past and try again. But they know they can't do that. They know that they can't go back to the past and try again. We have the Ace of Wands reverse. So it's like they have this spark of desire to be back in your life, but they don't expect it to happen. And I don't feel like they'll even potentially take the effort or make the effort. It's almost like they're waiting for you to communicate that you even want that to happen. They feel the pressure building because they want expansion, they want more. They feel even the pressure to, expand in a physical sense with you, in a sexual way. But they're also sort of stubbornly maintaining this watcher position. Here's the the Innocence of Cups, the Page of Cups with the Hanged Man. And there's the Devil. And the Devil, it oftentimes is controlled by the ego. The Devil energy will keep us complacent so that we don't find the strength we need to communicate and execute strength or change when we can see it possible or see the possibility of it in our future. The Ace of Wands here is reversed under the Tower. So there's this excruciating delay in the epiphany or the light that comes in, the clarity that comes in the situation, because I think there's a lot of confusion between the two of you, and I think there's no contact here at all. It feels very dark to me. Now the Page of Cups here, you can see it's a little baby whale. it wants to come to the surface, but a baby whale needs to be brought to the surface by its mother. It needs help, it needs support. She literally pushes it to the surface. And so there's a sense of like, in a perfect world, we would have a brand new beginning, brand new innocent start, and we could start from there, from square one. But we have this past, and I'm afraid that we created permanent damage, and I'm afraid of permanent change. And so it's like they need help to kind of bring their desires into the 3D here, because they've surrendered to how things are in the present. Even though there's a growing frustration to communicate, to move things into clarity, they're being very stubborn in their approach. So it's like they are waiting for you. They would love to back into your life, but they don't expect that to happen. Whoops. We have ink pot. There are problems to be resolved here. We have here bowl, plenty of material things, and pineapple, reconciliation. There's a sense of friendship with the pineapple, but there's also a sexual undertone with that here, because they still hold very strong emotions for you, passionate love or hate on the back of that deck so far. We have grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. And that's why they're not leaping into action. That's why they're not forcefully leaping into action here, because they know that if they give into this force, they're afraid of what they're going to be faced with. They're afraid that they've already created that permanent damage. So there's a sense of fear. We have dealings or relationship with a woman. And now we have dealings or relationship with an older woman. So in the past, you were young, perhaps there has been evolution, and now they're worried about how they'll be able to maneuver that connection, because you've changed, you've evolved as well. And they're intimidated by you here. You may have had to create firm boundaries with this person. Does Pile 3 person want back into their life? We have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. They could be trying to keep tabs on you. They could be trying to watch you. And we have here new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Back of the deck says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And ultimately there is this, they understand that separation is on the horizon. They've sort of accepted that. And there's a message coming in about the divine feminine and her movement and her involvement in this 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is about family. It's about building up a strong foundation of love as well. And it also speaks of the full spectrum and bringing awareness and wholeness into a situation. They saw potential with you there, but you may have found that potential in another realm with somebody else. And so they don't want to create that havoc for you, and that's why they're not creating this tower moment, and they're delaying their impulse to reach out. They may be waiting for you because they don't want to create that havoc for you. And if you're willing to create it, then that's on you, but they're not willing to create that for you. And there's just a lot of confusion surrounding this connection. How do they truly feel for Pile 3? Do they want back into Pile 3's life? I couldn't catch you because I fell too. The tower reversed, and they don't want to create havoc for you. I can't feel your love anymore. The Queen of Cups. So they wonder if you're, again, the Queen of Cups is now turned into the Queen of Swords, which is a colder energy. At times, there's a feeling of thinking that you've invested your emotions somewhere else. Let's talk about sex, baby. There's a feeling of attraction that's really fueling them. Their impulse control, their desire to bring their fantasies into fruition is what's really building that pressure for that reunion. It says, you've taught me so much, the Three of Pentacles. It says, I'm not waiting a second longer, but the Three of Pentacles was reversed, and we have unfinished business. And it's their strength that's being tested when it comes to not reaching out to you, and they keep waiting for you. They think that there's unfinished business here, but they think they think it might be permanently over. So they may not be expecting to move into a new cycle. But let's take a look here at whether they are going to make contact. Will they reach out to you? I'm going to... Are they going to reach out to Pile number 3, please? Will this person eventually reach out to pile number 3? Knight of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, very strong with this person. King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Are they going to reach out to pile number 3, please? Queen of Pentacles, but there's so much, their focus is on that goal. Like they want to spark this Ace of Wands again. Their focus is on that goal, but they know that if they rush in, there could be consequences. They're afraid of that. And there's an emphasis on the fertility of the Queen of Pentacles and the abundance that she's sitting in right now. We have the 3 of Swords and we have the 8 of Cups. So this person is not going to contact you, pile 3. In fact, they are communicating that they're waiting for you to bring forward the clarity. You can see the Queen of Cups here is holding on to that rainbow in her cup. So there's a full spectrum. So they're waiting for you to perhaps close out a cycle. They're waiting for you to approach them with contact so that they don't create any havoc in your situation. No matter what that situation looks like, they could be watching you, they could be privy to that situation, or they could be just making an assumption about what's happening in your life right now. Either way, it's like their ego won't let them. They need help coming to the surface. And so they're doubting their own intuition that is encouraging them to take a leap of faith. And instead they're feeling like they're moving forward, even though there's still that attachment. They may not reach out to you because they're waiting for you to do so. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. What was the last thought that pile 3's person had? We have the Lovers, Gemini, and the Page of Swords. They're really thinking about the different lessons and school. They're thinking about school with you in the past, and about the attraction and about the mutual attraction and their opportunity to have a relationship with you in the past. They also could have been sort of watching you online, and this could have spurred some of these thoughts because there's a sense of them kind of watching you, perhaps even in a partnership. So take that as it resonates to your situation. And then we have the 4 of Wands reversed. So they were watching you, seeing you in some sort of element, and they don't want to make that environment for you vulnerable. The 4 of Wands reversed can talk about arguments in the home, and they don't want to create havoc, so they're maintaining that watcher position. Not that they wouldn't love another opportunity to clear the air, to create change, but they're going to wait. Wait for a sign from you. We have the ice pick. I think about chipping away at a cold exterior. I think of the Queen of Swords. We have Jesus on the cross, and it's this suspension. It's like self-sacrifice. So they think that they're doing you a favor or a service by staying away. We have the Star of Aquarius. It's a small one. And we have the 2 linked hearts. So I think of soulmate energy and someone who wants a relationship. But we have the chain. I think about attachments and chains of events that could hurt us and affect our life. The letter A, the letter S, the letter S twice, I and O. We have Capricorn. We have the yin yang, so soulmate energy. We have the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and we have the Knight of Swords. So somebody who is focused on communication, somebody who sometimes gets an impulse to just reach out with communication, but they're afraid of those consequences. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. And if it did, please drop your comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my other links below for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And on Instagram, I offer a chance to win a free mini read on occasion, so check me out down there too. But I hope you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day.